Coronation Street viewers believe they've figured out what Jodie Ramsey might do next after noticing her reaction during a recent scene with David Platt. Fans had already been sharing their theories about Jodie's future storyline, but after her latest appearance in the long-running ITV soap, many now feel even more convinced about where things are heading. Since her first appearance on the show, audiences have struggled to trust Jodie. Suspicion around the character started almost immediately, even before it was revealed that she is actually the long-lost sister of Shona Platt. When she initially arrived in Weatherfield, her identity was a mystery. She appeared during the dramatic crossover between Coronation Street and Emmerdale, an event fans dubbed Corriedale, which featured a terrifying multi-vehicle crash. Although Jodie wasn't directly involved in the accident, she was shown tied up in the back of a van driven by Graham Foster, who had returned to the village. When traffic halted because of the devastating crash, Jodie seized the opportunity to escape. As she tried to flee, DC Kit Green chased after her. During the pursuit, she ran into a tree and was left injured. Jodie was then taken to hospital, where several victims of the crash were being treated. There she encountered Shona Platt, who had been involved in the accident while pregnant with her partner, David Platt. Soon after, Shona gave birth to their first child together, Harper. While recovering in hospital, Jodie finally revealed her true identity, leaving David shocked as he had never heard of her before. Despite the surprise, she was later welcomed into the Platt family home at number 8. However, many viewers began to suspect that she might be trying to step into Shona's life, especially after appearing unusually close to David. In recent episodes, Jodie has also escalated her feud with lawyer Adam Barlow. Adam had already been irritated with her for repeatedly walking David the dog without cleaning up after him. When he spotted her out again, he scolded her about the importance of picking up dog mess. Jodie responded with a smile and walked away, but the tension didn't end there. Earlier this week, David the dog was seen lifting his leg on Adam's brand new car. Adam was furious, yet Jodie didn't seem to take his anger seriously. Later at the cafe, Tracy Barlow noticed the dog behind the counter and warned Jodie that she might report her to environmental health authorities. During a midweek visit to Weatherfield, Adam later arrived at number 8 carrying a bag filled with dog mess that had been left on his car, clearly implying he knew who was responsible. Jodie denied any involvement, and David Platt backed up her story. Not long afterwards, David teamed up with Jodie to plant even more mess on Adam's property. Unfortunately for them, Adam managed to record the whole incident on camera and later happily shared the footage with others. Following Thursday's March 12th episode set in Weatherfield, viewers once again questioned Jodie's motives as she appeared to be spending increasingly more time with David, leaving fans wondering what her real plan might be. Coronation Street actor Lucas Hodgson Whale has spoken out about the purpose behind the controversial storyline involving Will Driscoll and Megan Walsh, explaining that it was created to raise important awareness. In recent months, the ITV soap has been focusing on a difficult and sensitive storyline in which athletics coach Megan has been grooming and manipulating Will. She has repeatedly lied to those around her in order to hide the abuse, but the truth is gradually beginning to surface. As Sam Blakeman started to suspect that Megan's relationship with Will was inappropriate, Megan pressured him into keeping quiet. However, when Sam becomes increasingly anxious next week, Megan's web of lies and her crimes are finally set to be revealed. Hodgson Whale, who joined Coronation Street as Will in November, recently discussed the emotional impact of the storyline. He explained that the producers wanted to highlight an issue that is often overlooked in society. According to the actor, relationships involving an older woman and a younger boy are rarely discussed openly, even though they do happen in real life. He said the aim of the storyline is to show that such behavior is unacceptable, regardless of gender or circumstances, and that raising awareness about it is the most important goal. Although Megan's actions will eventually be exposed, Will initially reacts in a way that many real-life victims do. he doesn't see himself as a victim. Hodgson Whale explained that Will believes a victim is someone who has experienced obvious suffering, and because he thinks he enjoys the relationship, he struggles to recognize the harm being done. The actor added that Will is naive and unaware that Megan is manipulating the situation and controlling everything. From Will's perspective, he is simply going along with things without realizing the emotional damage it is causing to him and the strain it is putting on his family. Because of this misunderstanding, Will first defend Megan when accusations arise. Hodgson Whale revealed that it will take time for his character to accept that the relationship was not mutual and that he had actually been manipulated. Next week in Coronation Street, the pressure on Sam Blakeman becomes overwhelming as his knowledge about teacher Megan Walsh and her inappropriate relationship with student Will Driscoll continues to weigh heavily on him. Earlier, Sam tried to gather proof by secretly placing a hidden camera in the salon flat. His goal was to capture evidence that would confirm what he suspected. However, Megan quickly discovered the device and cleverly staged a scene with Will, pretending to reject him so that the footage would make it look innocent. Afterwards, Megan confronted Sam directly and warned him not to repeat his accusations to anyone. She threatened that if he did, she would claim that he had been spying on her. Megan didn't stop there. She also began to undermine Sam in other ways, including interfering with his coursework. As a result, he has been struggling to keep up with his studies. Desperate to stay focused and avoid falling behind, Sam started searching for ways to improve his concentration. After overhearing Daniel Osborne, played by Rob Mallard, talking about the misuse of ADHD medication as a study aid, Sam became tempted to try it himself, something that soon started to affect his health. In the latest episode, Megan escalated the situation even further. She openly admitted to Sam that his suspicions were actually correct, but warned that if he dared to reveal the truth, she would ruin him. Shaken and terrified after the confrontation, Sam quickly took more pills. Next week, Nina Lucas tells Eva Price that she is worried about Sam. She points out that he has barely eaten and looks extremely shaky while sitting in the cafe. When Eva goes over to check on him, Megan suddenly walks in. Frightened at the thought of facing Megan, Sam pushes past them and rushes outside. Eva runs after him, but as she calls out, Sam suddenly collapses unconscious in the middle of the road. Eva quickly tries to help him while Megan pulls out her phone and calls for an ambulance. Later, as Sam begins to recover in hospital, Leanne Battersby, played by Jane Danson, gently suggests that exam stress alone cannot explain why he has started misusing drugs. Believing something deeper is troubling him, she encourages Sam to tell her the truth. As he prepares himself to finally speak up, Eva suddenly appears in the doorway, leaving the question of whether Sam will reveal everything he knows about Megan and Will.